All right, we stay with the big spreads. Let's go to Athens. Ole Miss headed to Georgia. You know, if Ole Miss had continued on the path it was on in the second quarter of that A&M game where it looked like they were just going to run A&M out of the building, I might be sitting here expecting an Ole Miss cover. I am not at this point because I think Georgia's offense is going to be – they're going to look sharper than they did against that Missouri defense, which is very, very good.
Yeah, you know, I was looking up the history on this one. Georgia's won 10 in a row. If you don't count vacated wins, the last game that they played was 16. Ole Miss won that one.
Oh yeah,
Ole Miss took a 45-0 lead. And that was
Kirby's first
loss as the head coach.
Yep.
Do you think that he has ever forgotten that one, Andy?
No, but he didn't really take it out on Hugh Freeze when they played at Auburn this year.
Not this year. Yeah. I do think that that Ole Miss has the offensive firepower to make this very interesting. And I do think it's ultimately going to come down to, can Jaxson Dart be the best version of himself? Can he take care of the football and be very mature in this spot and not be like dangerous in the bad way? And it's a little bit tempting to say Oregon can. I think Georgia will win, but I'm a little tempted to say Ole Miss can cover this number.
I think they might be able to. I mean, we saw Missouri do it. Missouri did it with Cody Schrader kind of running that wide zone type stuff, bouncing outside. That doesn't seem to be Ole Miss's MO in the run game. Like when you get the best of Quinshon Judkins, it is straight up the gut, and it's usually after a big gain through the air. They love to do that where they hit you with a big gain through the air and then go straight through you. Jaxson Dart moves well enough though to give Kirby Smart some headaches, I think. And
I think so.
That's
going to take a perfect game by the Rebels, though. There's no question about that. Like,
to win, absolutely. Yeah,
very clean game. Yeah, scale of 1 to 10. How surprised would you be if Ole Miss figured out a way to win this game?
10.
10.
Because I do think that offense has struggled against these defenses, and the Tennessee fans got mad at me the other week because I said, "Oh, that offense has never beaten a Saban or a Kirby defense," and which I was very wrong about because Tennessee beat Saban last year. Right. But they're 1-13. Like the Briles offense is 1-13 right now against the Saban Smart defenses. And now you can say it's just because they have better players, but that actually is why. Like the way you stop the Briles offense is your front four controls without a lot of help and can stop you in the run game, which allows you to mix up coverages. Because if you have to bring another person into the box, or you have to not have another person out in the pattern, then they just know what you're going to do. Like their decisions are very easy at that point. So if you have average athletes on your defense, it makes it really easy for them because your safeties have to declare, are we helping in the run game? Are we helping in the pass game? Because the splits are so wide.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I think that, I tell you what, though, on 11.5, though, and like Missouri ultimately, that looked on paper like I bet the farm on Georgia last week, and Missouri was able to cover it, right? I think that at least Ole Miss has the weapons can they get like that late in the fourth quarter score so that they cover, but they don't win? That would be the one that would scare me a little bit if I was betting.
The backdoor. Yeah, that would be. You know what? I'm going to take Ole Miss to cover in this one.
And I hope that Georgia chops this up and puts it in a video afterward about, you saying, or Ole Miss puts it in that you said a 10 out of 10 can't happen, Can't wait.
Well, Lane loves that. Lane loves any sort of disrespect he can throw out there. Now, I'll take Ole Miss to cover, and it might be a backdoor cover. It may be that they are.
That's how I see it.
They're down 18, they score, they lose by 11, something like that. But I need to see this offense be successful against this defense more consistently than what we've seen so far. And, Georgia is not what they were defensively, 21 and 22. They're still really good. They still have very good players.
Yeah. And how will they respond without one of their best players at linebacker missing? Like that will be interesting. Yeah, but exactly. Next man up, it's Georgia. The next guy will probably be a 5-star.
Well, they're all 5-stars, but it is, that's not fun to be missing really important players. And I think Carson Beck and speaking of missing players, like losing Brock Bowers, I think has actually helped them kind of open things up a little bit offensively. If they can get Brock Bowers back, what they will have learned will help. And the Jamon Dumas-Johnson thing, you're probably right. It probably is the next man up, but this is not what you wanted to see with one of your most consistent defensive players. So we'll see. Amarius Mims probably coming back this week at right tackle for Georgia. So I think that helps too.
Yes.
But that will be a fun one. Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples on 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.